Hi, and welcome to Tech Tips with Sold Out Media. I'm Amanda.
I'm Linus.
And this here is Jakob.
Hello.
Or Jake. Jake's here to help us with Final Cut. Jake, where did you learn how to edit?
Well, I started tinkling with it when I started at Channel 10, working with editing. But I didn't start editing for real until I met Danielle Nell from South Africa, which is a master trainer. And you can tell that she's a master trainer because when she edits, it makes you seem like you do nothing. What I'm going to cut today is something called Multicam, which is the first thing Danny showed me.
Changes your world, right?
Yeah, it makes it so much easier, especially as soon as you go past 2 cameras. This is pretty much a must.
Yeah. Like the video and comment, and we'll answer as good as we can. And don't forget to subscribe.
All right then.
The stage is yours.
Thanks, Jake.
Well, thank you. All right then. What we're gonna do? This is Final Cut once again on a MacBook Pro. You can use other shows and programs. They have this function as well. It just you have to do it differently. It's not hard to do in all of the programs. It just you need to know the concept first. So what you do is you pick whatever media you want to use. In this case, it's these 4 files. Just mark them all and right-click or double-click or whatever you want to do. Then you touch something that's called New Multicam Clip. And what this does is it auto-syncs everything that you're going to do. Here we go, say Multicam Clip 2. That sounds lovely. All right, and then it will auto-sync it. That was fast. Nice computer. All right, so what you do then is you just pull down your little clip thing. And now I have way too much things on my actual desktop. So we're gonna start with removing my media thingy and my inspector. And I'm gonna do Command 7 to remove my correction. And we're gonna go into View. And instead of regular scopes and video and whatnot, we're gonna press Angles. There we go. And here we have our 2 videos. I'm gonna change it up to 4 angles because in the beginning I actually need to see where my audio is. In this case we have a couple of videos and a couple of audio tracks. I actually only think I need a second audio track. So what I'm gonna do is you go all the way back to your beginning of your timeline because if you start in the middle it's just gonna be messy. There. What they want you to choose up here in the corner here is a symbol for video and audio. So you can cut, as you do the cuts, it changes the audio and the video at the same time. We don't want to do that at the moment because what we do is we mark the audio to be the audio for all things. So I'm going to go up over here, press choose audio only, and I'm going to choose my audio, which is in this case track 2. All right, and then I go up again and say, from now on, whenever I push a switch button, it's only going to be the video. And then I'm going to go back and see 2 angles. Because if I only have 2 videos, I don't need to see the audio because it doesn't actually do anything. So if I had a mistake in my syncing, because if I just pull this now, back and forth, you'll see things like when the hands move and such things like that. So then what you do is you go into your little timeline clip here, the multicam clip, double click, and what you get here is all of your files. And then you can just look at it and see in the corner here is that clap. And that's important when you do syncing. See there's your audio peak, audio peak, audio peak, audio peak, and that's what Final Cut uses to sync everything. If you don't clap, you might have to do it manually. But if you say it wasn't synced at all, they're not synced anymore. So what you do then is you just kind of take your little marker here and put it over your peak. And then you pull the clip that needs to be fixed until it lines up right there. And then all your clapping is again synced. All right, then we're gonna push this little arrow thing here to go back to our main timeline. It's worth to comment also, when you get to this stage, if you did a proper recording and you did your white balance, you did your audio, you did your lighting and everything, you made sure that everything is quiet in the background and nothing is disturbing or things like that, this part here will be immensely easier. It's better to take twice as long to record because that time will save you 4, 5, 6 times the editing time afterwards. Just a tip. So the first thing I usually do is when I've had a clap like this, there's usually a countdown for when you start. So you just kind of go in and you cut that away. You don't want to accidentally have that in your edit. All right, so say if I wanted to do this from here, then I'm actually going to just push the screen I want to have live. So at the moment, let's start in wide shot. Boom, the entire timeline is now the wide shot. So then I press play. And now I feel like I'm going to switch to camera 1. I just push it, super easy. And then I go back to camera 2. There we go. So what you kind of want to do is keep an eye on the wide shot at all times, and you can actually get an overview of what's happening in the set. In this case, I only have 2 cameras. I've done kitchen shows and such, and then we have maybe 7 cameras. You have a bunch of cameras on the person making the food, a bunch of cameras on the food, and an overview camera. So then you have a whole lot more going on. But if you do, then you can go up to, let's see here, 16 angles, and that's including audio. So you can have, if you just had one audio, you can have 15 cameras. You can also use the numbers on the computer to switch instead. So press play, and now I'm just touching number 1 on the number pad, and then number 2 there, the number 1 there, and the number 2 there. And you see it switched. Super easy. If I felt like my timing was off, if I didn't follow, I missed a button or anything can happen, all I do is I find a cut I didn't like. Maybe I wanted to have this zipper movement. I want this here opening thing. Yeah, I want it on the wide shot. Then say I can move this to start earlier. There, now this shot starts here instead. So if I play it, there. And if I decided that maybe this shot entirely was wrong, if I wanted another shot, I can just find the same line and just pick another camera, and then it changes everything up to the next cut. And when you're done with this, you have your rough cut. You can still go in and put like B-rolls on top of it and your other pretty shots, and you can put in your music underneath, and it doesn't affect it more than you add to it. It doesn't change your multicam. You can also go in and do your EQing all the way in here, where you had your entire full audio file, and just do it in there. That way it doesn't change every time you make a cut, which is nice. All right, so that's a quick run through of how to do a multicam editing thing. If you have any other questions, or if I didn't go through anything here properly, or if you have anything else in Final Cut or Premiere or any other editing software that you would like to have tips in, or anything else, just feel free to comment below, write us a message, or anyways, just like, subscribe, do all of the fun things. And until next time, I'm Jacob, Soul.Media. Have a nice day.